you ever make reference to the fact that you look like Pete Davidson?
Not on stage, no.
Like, I remember being like infatuated with like who was on the radio when I was a kid. You're black?
Yeah, we'll have.
Like when you fill out a form that says ethnicity, what do you write down? Or race?
It depends on what the form's for.
If you had a beer, what would happen?
I don't know.
Hey, what's happening? Welcome to the Off Air Podcast. I'm Slater.
I'm Marjo.
Welcome to another episode. Today's special guest, Chad Hare. He is a former radio DJ. Mm-hmm. Did morning radio in Durango, Colorado.
Yes.
And we're both radio hosts currently, as well as this podcast. So we're going to talk a lot about radio and how it used to be and what it is now. Mm-hmm. He's also a budding comedian. You can check him out Thursday, September 25th at the at Flophouse Comedy in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
He's kind of a mixture of Steve Buscemi and Pete Davidson.
I don't know if he claims that, but other people definitely do.
But he hooks up with hotter women, he says.
Absolutely. We also talk about being biracial and how that works its way into a stand-up comedy. We talk about 23andMe and Ancestry.com. We're all over the place. It's a great episode.
Give us a like. If you like the comment, subscribe on YouTube, help the channel grow. We appreciate it. Chad Hare.
Cheers.
What's up? Like the tortoise in the hare.
Yeah, like the rabbit that lost the race to a turtle.
You're an ex-radio guy.
Yeah.
In Durango.
Yeah. Slash type of current. I did I had a morning show for years. Now I still love making commercials and liners. People know what liners are.
Tell us.
I know you guys do.
Tell us what liners are.
The things that go between songs that are like, "You're listening to Live 95.9, and then have like a cool quote from the Breakfast Club or something.
Yeah, they're called sweepers, liners. That's the little language in between the songs.
Yeah, they're fun to make.
So, I mean, I was obsessed with radio because Marjo and I still do a radio show. Since I was 8 years old, I used to play DJ in my room. I used to set up the record player, and I was pretending I was a DJ, and I'd play all kinds of Beatles records and Eagles records, and I just knew that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, and you did it.
I did it. Yeah, that's like manifesting, I really think like if you can imagine it, it can happen.
Yeah, but you have to really like believe that it's going to happen.
And I knew. I was like, that's what I want to do. I'm going to do that. I
do always say to Slater, it's a rarity in life that people are actually doing what they've wanted to do since they were kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Like most people aren't, I believe, are not in careers that 10-year-old or 13-year-old them said that they were going to do. So the fact that Slater gets to do that, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I did. I've remembered this years after I started working in radio, but I did something in middle school where we learned how to do like broadcasting, and we did I think we had like a load transmitter thing that would like transfer to the classrooms or something. And I don't remember, but it could have also been a dream. So, but yeah, love radio.
Dream?
It could have been a fever dream. It's a lot of fun. I love making those sweepers and liners and stuff and commercials. And right now I'm hourly. I used to have, when I had a radio morning show, I would do, what do you call that? When you get paid yearly, not yearly.
Annually?
No, not, what's it called? When you
per diem?
No, when you get the same amount of money per check.
Salary?
Yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna have to roast you on that one a little bit, Chad.
I thought
when you had that thing that
I thought you were going. I was like, wow, what is
that? This is a deep word. Yeah. So
I'm like, I never heard of that job.
Yeah.
So now I go in and I just record I go in after everybody leaves, so it's kind of nice. I don't have to talk to anyone. Don't have to see anyone. Go in and make some really cool commercials. And I love making commercials and liners. I could talk about it for years, but I won't do that.
Did you like the public figure aspect of the job because you're kind of like well known? You do some other like hosting events and stuff and like community events and stuff like that. Like, did you like kind of sharing your life with the public, or was that?
I did at first. I used to have this lady call. At first, I was just working Sunday mornings for like 3 hours, and this lady Bev or something would call.
Oh, we have our fair share of Bevs. We know all about them.
Yeah.
And she was always just telling me what she's doing. And at first I was like, that's cool. She thinks I'm like a celebrity, and I'm not. And then it got kind of like where I was like, people would want to come back to meet me in the studio, and I'd be like, why? Why? Like, what? It's just another job.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to meet me? I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting back here drinking coffee. I'm not that cool at all. I promise.
Yeah.
But radio listeners don't think that it's a job.
Yeah.
They don't think it's another job. We think it's just a job, but it's not to them. You know,
Right.
listeners, like, I remember being like infatuated with like who was on the radio when I was a kid, you know, like it's a very unique medium that way.
For
'Cause
sure.
You're just hearing their voice and they're letting you in on their lives.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you feel like you get to know them. And then when you want to meet, I mean, when the first time I saw a picture of like Maddie in Kiss 108 in Boston, I was 8th grade or whatever. I felt like I wanted to cry. Like seriously, like the emotion, it was very emotional for me. I was like, wow, that's who I'm listening to.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
What they look like.
It was like the curtain was
you
pulled
know?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that
Plus,
because
yeah.
there used to be this guy I listened to in the mornings who worked on Radio 101 in Durango, Ed Lacey, and I used to get like starstruck when I saw him. Like
Yeah.
I'd see him like
Yeah.
hosting events downtown, like, oh my god, that's Ed Lacey.
Yeah.
That's Ed Lacey.
Yeah.
And I ended up taking his job. I was the next one, and he's the one that like hired me, and it was just kind of random. I was like, I can't believe Ed Lacey has my phone number. Then eventually I took his job, and I was like, this was weird. That was a weird turn of events.
I feel like, we could talk forever about radio, the medium, how it started. Like, I mean, radio had a captive audience at one point. You know,
Yeah.
that was it. You listened to the radio and TV. That's it.
And
you know,
even
there was no
before-
internet, dude.
Yeah.
You know, record companies used to pay radio stations to play their songs. Now it's the other way around.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
We have to pay
get the
ASCAP and
rights.
BMI fees and stuff.
I mean, that's the whole reason that anything was like number one back in the day is because you'd push Elvis or push whoever back in like the 50s and 60s to get them on air.
Yeah, that's how people were getting new music.
Yeah.
Before MTV, even before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously before the internet. That's how everything got out there.
We used to make it happen, guys.
I know.
And I
We
heard
still do.
And I heard that, you know, back in the day, you had to have a deep voice to cut through, like AM radio. You used to have you had to have that deep voice to cut through the sound or the white noise. I don't know if that's
Is that where it
true.
started?
I think so. I don't know. Or maybe it was just more pleasant to the ears to have a deep voice or something, you know?
And now you can just have a
Slater
regular
in the
shitty,
mornings.
shitty voice and get on the radio,
Yeah,
no problem.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, God, I hate listening to the sound of my voice.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
You're not used to
yeah,
it?
No.
It's your voice is unique. You
I
know?
guess I'm more used to it now than I was 10 years ago when we first started, but I still find it to be cringy.
Is it higher register?
Than
It's
it
like
was?
I perceive your voice to be like higher in the register.
I just think it's annoying. I don't know.
I love your voice. You have a great voice.
you,
Yeah,
Chad.
it's a good. It's a good.
Aw.
It cuts through in like the right
Yeah.
way. You can
The
like
whole day.
you can narrate audiobooks.
It is funny when
And
you-
it goes along with your name too, for some reason.
Because my name's weird also.
I think so. Yeah. Like compliments itself.
Yeah, I didn't pick it. I did not pick it.
you sound modern Italian. You know, you sound like
I would describe myself as that, so I'll
go.
take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, I can't picture a Marjo sounding anything besides your voice. I don't know. It's weird, obviously, but
So radio kind of parlayed into this. You're a burgeoning stand-up comedian. Is that the right word? Burgeoning?
I think so.
Yeah,
I dropped my phone on the floor, or else I'd Google it.
that's all right.
Yeah.
what I'm here for.
After I quit working radio full time, I would still get hired to do like events throughout the community. So all of a sudden I was emceeing for monster truck rallies and
Rodeos?
river rodeos.
Okay. Something in Colorado?
The rodeos that come through the Southwest Colorado are owned by this place called True West Rodeo, and they have their own a DJ from North Dakota or something that comes through, and he's really, he knows what he's talking about. But I mean, also when I go and I MC a monster truck rally, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, that truck's big. It's huge.
You got to fake it till you make it, right?
Yeah, you learn a little bit more every year.
so you have a hosting type quality about you. Did you always feel like you were like? I mean, I remember like those videos of me as a kid always walking around like a microphone.
Yeah.
Or like a fake microphone. I like attention. I want to be the one talking. I like to be in control. Do you have any of that stuff?
I think so. I don't love attention, but I like
She does.
talking about things, I guess.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
But I like learning a lot. So the more, because I've done I've emceed a lot of things, or if I could just MC for the rest of my life, that'd be like amazing. There's not any money in it.
Yeah.
And but I've done like little girl dance competitions and stuff, where I announce them.
Like toddlers and tiaras type
yeah.
stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll have to see that out in Colorado. I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, a bunch of cute kids, and all the way to monster truck rallies, river rodeos, and man, I have a pretty music events and stuff. It's fun.
I wouldn't say, by the way, Slater, that I was actually just explaining this to someone today. I like naturally getting attention, meaning like I've always been the loudest person in the room. I've always been the most talkative. I've always been the one who's like the outgoing one in school. You know what I mean? Social butterfly, like things like that. I've always been that way. But when it's forced attention, it makes me very uncomfortable. Yeah. Like my birthday, I don't like that. I don't want to be forced to be the center of attention. I just want it to happen naturally. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
for sure.
I understand.
Yeah. So I just want to clarify that. Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that radio is kind of forced attention?
Sure, it is. It is contradictory to
but you're
how
controlling the attention.
Correct. I'm very filtered about what I say, and I don't mean filtered as in like a non-authentic way. I'm just a private. I think privacy is lost in this country. I think we live in an age where everyone wants to share everything constantly. They feel like they have to share things. They feel like they have to. I lean the opposite of that. I think privacy is important. So I don't want to say calculated because I feel like that has a negative connotation, but like I'm just careful about what I say and what I don't say because these are strangers after all. Like I know you get to know your audience and they get to know you, but like I don't know. I'm just a private person when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I feel like to Slater's point, I can kind of control the attention on me.
I get that.
But
I think
it makes me uncomfortable when I go out in public. People are like, oh, like I don't know how to take a compliment about the show. I'm just like, oh, thanks for listening. Like it just makes me uncomfortable.
I understand that. I understand that completely.
Yeah.
I think I'm not a very social person. I'm good in social situations eventually once I like meet everybody. But even yesterday we had that.
Yeah, we're at a big party.
Yeah, Labor Day party, and I took like 4 social breaks. So I'm like, I can't. And
I was like, where's Chad? I was taking a breather from the people.
4 social breaks?
4. Yeah. Like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, no, I meant like
that's the social break part.
I wasn't confused on the number 4, but I was confused on the social break part.
Yeah, like oh man, I just met a lot of people. I need to go play a crossword in my room real quick. Because I think people assume that when I was on air and I was a radio DJ that like I talked for a living, that people like I'm going to be a social person, but I'm really not. I'm like, well, in my studio, I was the only one in there.
Right.
Those other people weren't talking back to me. I didn't have to listen.
Radio is full of introverts, man.
Yeah.
Full of geeky, nerdy introverts.
Yeah. Wearing sweatpants to work.
Yes.
I didn't today, but normally, yes, that is one of my favorite parts of the job. When you take a social break, what do you think that helps you do? Like, what is that?
And fat people. Radio had a lot of fat people back in the day.
A lot of fat people back in the day.
Dang. I didn't know that.
No, I think it was kind of a thing, yeah.
I thought you were just making it up. No, I thought you were doing like a horrible bosses like trim the fat, let's fire all the fat people thing. She's not fat, she's pregnant. No?
I think, yeah. I mean, we don't have to discuss it anymore. But
Slater hates fat people.
I don't.
That's the headline.
I absolutely do not.
That's the headline.
All right, radio people used to be fat. Fact. Yeah. What did you ask me?
I was curious about the social break thing.
Oh.
Like, what does that help you do? Like, you just need alone time for a second?
I've never, yeah, I think so. I go like, oh.
Do you like being alone?
Oh, I love being alone. Yeah. My girlfriend's currently out here for a 3-month trip because she's from, I mean, you guys had her on the podcast a couple weeks ago, but, she's from Berkshire County, and she's out here for like 3 months visiting her dad and old friends and stuff. And, of course, I got an invite to come along, but A, by job, I can't do that. But B, I was like, dude, 3 months alone? That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that straining on your relationship?
No.
Good for you guys.
I don't think so, yeah. I was a little worried about it at first, for sure. Like, is it going to be a long-distance relationship? But, I mean, we've been dating for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not like...
You have a good foundation.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And, I mean, there's healthy breaks. Like, she'll go... I feel like in past relationships, I was like, when I was still drinking and stuff, I was maybe a little bit more toxic. Like, if an ex-girlfriend wanted to go have a girls' night, I'd be like, my 22-year-old self would be like kind of jealous. Be like, why do you want to go out with the girls? And I'd be like worried about what they're doing at the bars and blah, blah, blah. Now I'm like, you need more girlfriends.
Yeah, like go have fun. Go out more often.
Go out more often. I love you. Please come home. I love you to death. But sometimes you want to play video games. You know?
Yeah. I think that has to do with confidence in your relationship too. Like if you feel secure in your relationship, it's not gonna affect you kind of what your partner is out doing. I don't think it's gonna be like a concern. I don't know.
How old are you?
Yeah. 36 in 2 weeks.
All right.
So 35.
So you're okay.
Virgo. So Virgo season. 3 Virgos here.
Well, so I'm 10 years older than you are.
Yeah. Whoa. 1979.
No.
80.
Oh, then we're the same generation though.
So you're Taylor Swift. You're born in 89.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Except I think she's December. Because I remember. Do you remember that when like people like when she released like her album? I don't know. I couldn't name 3 songs, but I do remember like kind of having her back when she released her album 1989.
Yeah.
People be like, she was born December 1989. Like you're barely 89. I'm like, what's she gonna do?
What difference does that make?
She's gonna rename her album Almost 90?
Yeah, that's so stupid. You're not really an 89 baby because you were born in December. What?
It's still the year she was born. I don't know what to tell you.
I remember I was a kid one time and it had just turned 1990 or whatever, and I made a comment to my father. I was like, Dad, get with the 90s, man. And he was like, it's still the 80s. Just turned 90. I was like, it's still the 80s. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's literally not.
He was just so mad that his punk 10-year-old kid was saying, Dad, get with the 90s.
Of course.
I heard one of my older friends say it outside when we were playing outside. I just repeated it to him.
That's my favorite thing to say. When anything
still the 80s.
When anything doesn't work, technology or whatever, I'm like, it's 2025. Like, what are we doing here, people? Like, if the smallest little thing goes wrong.
So you never got to do radio with CDs and stuff.
No, I mean,
I never got to do it with records, but I got to do it with CDs. No. When I started in radio, every element had to be fired. So when you hear the radio now, every piece of audio is a digital file. It wasn't like that before. It was CD onto what they had called a cart.
Yeah.
Which was...
We still call them carts, but I know what you mean.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're digital carts now. These things were like 8 tracks.
Yeah.
So you weren't pressing play on a CD. You were pressing play on a cart.
Well, on the board. So every track, every fader on the board matched up with CD players or carts. And you had to fire each individual element. There was no automation.
Right.
Right now,
so somebody had to be in there 24/7.
Somebody had to be in the radio station 24/7.
Yeah.
7 days a week to fire so hit a button for a song, go on and talk.
All right.
Hit the next song. Hit the sweeper, which you were talking about, the liner.
Yeah, the sweepers had your own carts for too, and like CDs for. Yeah. I was trained in that because the radio station I work at in Durango still is set up very much to be like if our automation system goes down. We still have the disc changer and stuff. So I was trained in that. And we have CDs that have like the different carts, but they're so expired. Like they're not, I mean, the last one was probably recorded in like 94 or something.
Yeah.
The carts?
The carts, yeah.
And these professional CD players were long and square.
Yeah.
And they were made by Denon. And they were just, and they had these big, huge commercial drives.
You're such a nerd.
And you used to put the CD, and there used to be a case around the CD that would prevent the CD from scratching.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying. I
mean, it was super highly technical stuff. I loved that.
I think it's really cool.
I loved it, dude. I was like, this is amazing. I mean, this was the song everybody's hearing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's pretty otherworldly.
I'm holding it in my hand.
Yeah.
Like that's the control issue.
Right.
You can tell that when Slater was interning at a rock station in Boston, he was definitely the annoying intern kid. Was like, I want to see this. Oh, I want to see this. Oh, did you guys hear this? Did you guys hear this?
Was, yeah. I used to call, as a teenager, I used to call the radio station and be like, oh, so what kind of CD players do you guys have?
Do you guys have Denon? Do you guys have Denons?
Yeah.
And now,
do you guys have Denons?
If somebody used to do that to Slater, Slater's like, Jesus, get this kid away from me. I'm like, he is you. That's why he's annoying you.
Stop being such a nerd.
Because he is you, right?
Yeah. He's calling through the phone lines at time.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. And we still have like all the. Do you guys still have all the CDs and stuff? Like
there's a fair amount in there. There's a fair amount in there.
Nothing since Oasis.
I don't think there's any new CDs in there, but definitely turn into a throwback show if we had to revert to compact discs on here.
And I called the radio station and I made them give me an internship. I called them until I wouldn't take no for an answer. They were like, we don't take high school interns.
Like you do today.
I was like, well, I heard you did.
Yeah.
I heard different.
Right.
And eventually they called me back. They were like, fine. So the point is, like, with manifestation, you have to be, and I learned that from a buddy of mine. I was like, because he was a hit and turn at a radio station in Boston. He was in high school. I'm like, how the fuck did they take you? So I just called him and told him I wanted to get an intern.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm going to do that too.
Right. Why not? Shoot your shot.
And it worked.
And that's the thing with manifestation is something can't just happen out of nowhere. Like you still have to put it. I think that's the thing is when people think of manifestation, they're like, I'm just going to make it happen with my mind. You have to also prepare yourself for that opportunity to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Like you can't just, I'm not just going to manifest that I'm going to run a marathon and never train. Like you still have to put in the work, but like envision yourself completing the process successfully.
Yeah.
I think that's why some people are like, you can't just make it happen. Well, I mean, the manifestation goes with other things.
Yeah. You talk yourself into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Marjo didn't have any of that. So Marjo was sort of like new school radio where she was like pulled into it.
I'm just the talent. I just sit in front of the microphone.
Right. You were never a DJ, just talent.
No,
on-air
she didn't know
personality.
anything
I still
about-
barely know.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I feel like I almost would have thrived better in an environment where you can choose the songs and stuff. Because I got to the point at radio, I was like, I don't care. I'd voice track the whole show, and like we had contests, and I'd go live during the contest. Other than that, I'd sit back and like read a book or something. You know, I was just like, I felt pretty over it. But if I was more like at first, it was crazy. I was like, picking every song and playing songs off of YouTube and getting in trouble for that and playing crazy requests. Like when I worked there when like Chris Cornell died, I just played like Chris Cornell all day on the station that wouldn't have anything he's ever touched. And then I'd like think I'd said something witty. I'd go out to the front office and be like, "Do you guys hear that?" And they're like, "No, we don't care."
I know somebody just like that.
So I think if it was just like that, like now where I'm like picking the songs, I'd probably still be in radio because I feel like you're actually it's like driving a stick shift, you know?
Yeah, you're
as opposed to
more in control.
I mean, radio stations used to have more of a soul, like a personality, you know, where all the DJs sort of sounded similar. They all lived a similar lifestyle, you know, and that sort of went away when corporate companies took over.
Yeah. Did that happen around here? Because I remember in Durango and like the surrounding areas, iHeart came through and like wiped them out.
This was 2000. This is I think it was Clinton or somebody took the restrictions off how many stations you could own.
Oh, okay.
They
Like
used to be like you couldn't own 1 million stations.
Because
somebody
they were worried about
back.
one company dominating
I think
the
so,
airwaves,
yeah.
so to say, and controlling the information,
think
like
so.
what they were putting out there. Interesting.
So iHeart, which was formerly Clear Channel, bought a bunch of radio stations, homogenized all the sound, so it made everyone sound the same. Put Ryan Seacrest on all the stations.
Yep.
That's when voice tracking came in. You know, voice tracking is basically you just record ahead of time.
But I still think local, especially morning shows, I still think in market personalities, as in like people who are actually not Ryan Seacrest on every station in Kansas, but I still think that resonates with people, that morning drive radio and those genuine personalities.
Absolutely. Yeah, people gravitate.
Small market, big market,
it.
whatever. New York City, Boston, Miami, Pittsfield, Massachusetts, like it all. People want that in the morning, I feel like.
The pie has just been sliced so many ways. There's so many options. Like Marjo and I had to speak at some event, and I was just like, I remember saying, like, listen, every one of you guys in this room has a morning routine. And 75% of you guys have an audio routine.
Right.
Where is that coming from? FM, satellite, Spotify, YouTube, the TV, you know.
It's true.
Yeah, people want to wake up with listening to something. I couldn't agree more. That's my favorite line that I have to fake laugh at when I see people out in public, and it's usually older guys. I love waking up with you every morning. I'm like,
yeah, I never got that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I don't wear houndstooth. I wear some houndstooth, and they're like,
houndstooth is a classic print. Okay, a cardigan and a classic print. You leave my houndstooth alone.
I just found out what it's called like a year ago, so I try to drop it, and I'm like, oh,
I was impressed. Houndstooth.
houndstooth.
That's a sprint.
Yeah, no.
Today's episode of Off Air with Slater and Marjo is brought to you by Berkshire Adventures. Berkshire Adventure Tours, e-bike tours, picturesque picnics, private e-bike rides, Cloud9 seats, hidden gems, and scenic picnics. I did one of these the other day. Can't recommend it enough. Great local guide here in the Berkshires. So BerkshireAdventureTours.com. You can find them on social media. So you naturally kind of transitioned into getting your stand-up career going? Because Slater and I are both huge fans of stand-up. I think we both think we're funny, but I don't know if I could put together...
That's a whole different ballgame, dude.
Yeah, a whole different ballgame, right?
Yeah. Well, I did a bit before I ever did like radio. I mean, I used to do little things here and there, and this little coffee shop or a couple of different coffee shops in Durango would have like open mic nights. So I was like, stand up, and I'd go there and do 5 minutes, but it was usually like sandwiched between a couple dudes playing ballads and guitars. I'd go up there and tell, 5 minutes worth of penis jokes that like weren't well thought out or funny. But it was I don't know, you got to cut your teeth somewhere. And I had a lot of fun doing that. It was just me, maybe a friend would join me, just for moral support. And I really liked doing that. And I took a lot of years off, kind of dropped back into it in 2019. There was this cool...
Were you sober in 2019?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
And with Dana.
So you got back into stand-up after you had quit drinking?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. But it was hard also because I was a morning radio DJ, so I was setting my alarm for 3:30 every morning. Most open mics don't start till like 8.
Oh, God.
So
Yeah.
I was trying to
That's
hit
tough.
up this weekly open mic at 8 o'clock, but the crowd was always really great. It was like the place was for comedy. Like once a week, people would go down there for comedy and sit down and listen to comedy.
Right. It wasn't
They'd
like
be
a guy
supportive.
singing ballads on the guitar and then stand up and then,
Yeah, and it wasn't in the middle of a bar. They had like
Yeah.
a bar at the back, but if you're in that building, you're in there to like watch some open mic stand up. So I was doing that for a while in 2019. That was really helpful, and I kind of like was like, oh yeah, this is like, I forgot that I kind of wanted to do this at one point in time. And but it was, I mean, I'd have to take like a day off work if I went, because I wouldn't even get up there till like 9:30. Wouldn't get home till like 11. Then my alarm's going off 4.5 hours later.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
It didn't work.
Trust me.
And then I got right at the beginning of 2020, I got this weekly gig that was like paid. It wasn't much. It was like $20-$30, but it was still weekly. It was still a gig at this restaurant in Durango, and then that restaurant didn't survive COVID, so that never. It was like right before we were like about to pull the trigger on it, and that never came into fruition. And then I kind of dropped off for a little bit and started slowly getting back into it, and now I love it. Now I'm always writing jokes.
Yes, tell me about the joke writing process.
Man, I don't know. People ask me that. I never really know how to answer it. When I think of things that I think are funny, and like you can kind of, I feel like a lot of comedy is just observational. So if I see something I think's funny, I'll write it down to like a notes app in my phone.
Like if you witness something that's funny?
Witness, or even just think of it like,
Yeah.
I just like, I always have my phone on me. So
Yeah.
if like something happens, if I think of something, or if I say something funny, like in the moment, I'm like, oh man, I got to remember that. Oh, and I have this notes app on my phone that's like, I mean, miles long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so usually I just keep everything in there, and then I'm pretty bad about like organizing it or like making jokes out of it until like day of. I have like a show where I have to be up there for 10 minutes. I'll kind of just like organize all those and try to make it flow. And I'll go to a coffee shop. That's usually like my thing. I was like, the day I have a stand-up show, now it's more often, so I can't do this, but I'll like go get my hair cut. I go to the gym, and I go sit down at a coffee shop for like 3 hours before the show and like kind of organize my notes and try to memorize it. Which is not the most organized process. I wouldn't suggest doing it that way.
Do you like Cat Williams? I remember him saying like he worked on his jokes forever and ever and ever, like changing, working with other comedians, changing words, changing, the way you say things. Do you do that?
Yeah, occasionally, especially. I don't really love doing the same jokes back to back. At the same like theater. Like there's a few different places I perform in, like the Durango area, Cortez, Durango. And so it's usually gonna be different crowds. So I like if I tell a joke one way, I'll tell that joke again, but not till like 2 shows later at a different location.
Got you.
So
you
like
are still using the same material,
yeah.
but you're conscious of like where you're.
Dude, absolutely. The hits are the hits are the hits. Like, yeah.
And then I do.
Yeah, no, for sure. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
People think like
If it works.
Absolutely. And some people aren't paying attention. It's not like, oh man, this guy fucking said that last time.
Right, yeah. My girlfriend does, though. She'll go to shows and be like, that girl told that. She told that joke last time. I'm like, yeah, she's working on it. It's her joke.
Absolutely.
Like, you're going to hear it again because I do stand up with this person a lot and she's going to tell that joke again and she's working on it. But I do, we do this one show called Stand Up versus Improv. It's just a format where like 4 of us stand-up comedians will go up on the stage for 10 minutes and tell our jokes. Then an improv troupe will come through and do like a 30-minute improv set based off of our jokes. They won't won't reenact it, but they will just use it for inspiration. Mm-hmm. And in that format, they like it if you only have new material because it's going to be the same improv people and they've seen it before. They like having it be new and fresh.
Yeah.
And so then I try to like come up with new stuff. And that's when I'll hit my notes and try to come up with some fresh stuff that might have more movement or something involved or be more descriptive where they can kind of play with it in the improv side. And but then like a lot of my jokes, I'm half black, like my dad's black. So I do a lot of kind of race-based jokes about looking like the way I do, which is not black, but still being black. So I have kind of a lot of material based on that.
You're black?
Yeah, we'll have.
So when you fill out a form,
he seems so surprised.
Yeah.
When you
most white people are.
Like when you fill out a form that says ethnicity, what do you write down? Or race?
It depends on what the form's for. If I'm,
there you go.
It depends on the form.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Oh, what do you mean?
It's 50-50. I could choose.
Right. Which is going to be to your advantage in
I
that
thought you either are
situation.
one or the other.
Well, no, he could obviously.
No, like if I'm applying for a college or something, I'm going to hit African American.
Or even try. Yeah, they're both. You can't.
Yeah, and if you're buying a gun, I'm going to check white.
Wait. So when are you checking black?
I haven't checked black in a while. Well, now, like I feel like mixed race is like more common now than it was 40 years ago. So now mixed is actually an option. Mixed race, and they don't even ask you to specify. You're just mixed.
Yeah.
So
or I think
mixed.
you can also just not answer now, right?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, but that's no fun.
Yeah, no. Listen, you got to keep them on their toes, right?
Yeah, there's a non-white version, right? Or non-Caucasian.
I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't look at any of the other options.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess 3. I've definitely checked black. I've definitely checked white. I've definitely checked mixed.
Yeah.
Or other.
Dude, I love it. You're like, I'm going to get a bank loan. I'm checking white.
What if somebody that's Italian hit? Do you hit white?
I'm white. I was born in.
But I feel like
I don't write down Irish.
My grandparents were Italian. I'm like, I think it's funny in the U.S. like how we claim like our heritage. Like Slater's like, I'm an Irish guy. How many generations back? Like, no,
I'm also a French
American.
Canadian guy and a Scottish guy. So,
right? Yeah.
But I feel like Irish is white. I feel like especially Southern Italians definitely white with like an asterisk, though, right? Like some of them are dark.
I'm more Northern Italian than some. My grandfather was from Sicily. But I would never pick that as an identifying quality. I mean, I guess I say I'm Italian, but like I'm not really Italian. I don't know. Like my ancestors are Italian, my heritage is Italian, but I was born in Massachusetts. I'm a masshole. I don't know.
Right.
So
I guess if that was an option, like 3rd generation Italian, if that was an option for me to check, maybe I would check it.
Yeah.
Dad's black, mom's white.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How black is your dad?
Yeah.
Like black?
I mean, he looks black. Then we did the genealogy thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Ancestry.com. And
what'd you find out?
Well, he's like 60% black.
Okay.
So he's closer to half black. So I'm closer to a quarter.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should probably stop saying the N-word. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to say.
You're not black enough to say the N-word.
Yeah, not anymore.
See, Ancestry.com just ruins things.
Dude, it ruined a lot.
23andMe. People are crazy.
It ruined a lot.
It's true.
Dude, how many did you guys find skeletons?
No, I would never in a million years do that. I would never do like 23andMe or Ancestry.com or anything like that. Why? Because I don't know. You're opening up Pandora's box.
Dude.
You find maybe siblings you don't know. I mean, people find out some wild shit from
or
that.
maybe so what happened?
What if I find out I'm like Scottish? Like, what if I'm like some like? Listen,
you probably are.
You are. What do you mean? What if I find out? What if
stop liking pasta?
Like, I mean, I gotta like, I don't know.
What to upkeep?
I don't know.
What would you change? What would it?
Nothing. It changes nothing.
I don't like
unless
looking
you
at...
find out you have siblings that you don't know about, or unless you find out your mom's not your real mom, or you know what I mean? I just feel like
You just don't want to know.
Yeah, I think ignorance is bliss, and I think when you delve into family trees and family histories, you always just find out a lot of shit.
Can I tell you the skeleton that we found?
Yeah, please.
I'll tell you two. I'll try to make it quick. But on my dad's side, we did the ancestry thing, and so you haven't done it, but you connect with like your family members.
Yeah.
So I did it, immediately connected to my dad. I was like, that's good. And then
family members who have also done ancestry.
who have also done it.
Yeah.
And then I also connected to his sister, and I saw my dad, and you can see his chart, and he's like, all right, 60% from Togo, Africa, or whatever. Then I looked at his sister, and she was 30% from Togo, Africa, and I was like,
so they can't be full siblings.
how does that work?
Yeah, right?
And both their parents have passed on. I was like, oh shit. And I didn't really think, I was like, I'm not going to bring that up, but she's definitely a half sister. And
right, like how do we,
I should have known because she looks white, dude. And
wait, so are your dad's parents both black?
I mean, sure. I mean, they've looked it.
Yes, gotcha,
but who knows?
Yeah.
And so then like a year later, my dad called me. He's like, turns out my sister's only my half sister. And then they found out who her dad actually was. And it was like a family friend. We saw a picture.
See?
She looks just like him. So that was the kind of thing like my grandma thought she brought that to the grave.
Right, clearly not.
Then like a decade
Ancestry.com
later,
ruined it.
ruined it for them.
You're finding out deep, dark secrets about your dead parents like that. Nobody wants it. I don't know. Let's leave well enough alone.
Then on my mom's side, she has her uncle, it was her dad's twin brother, was a pastor. Mm-hmm. He always rolled around with some nuns. He'd drive around a Cadillac and have these nuns in the bag. And
sketchy.
Yeah. And then they did I think it ended up being 23andMe. But then, long story short, she had a long lost cousin that she's not really close with. That was only like 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And this dude's in his 60s, was put up for adoption as a kid because I can't remember if mom was a nun, but dad was definitely pastor ed. The Kennedys went to his church and popped out a baby, potentially with a nun, and grew up in an adopted family, has a different last name, then in his 60s traced his family back to mine. So in that case, it really worked out for him because he had a long lost family he didn't know about.
Yeah, I guess that's cool.
And he's stoked. He's like,
but also isn't that awkward? Then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm family. I don't know you people. I don't know.
When you're ready for it. My mother told me she was married before and I was only 12 and I was like blown away.
What?
Dude,
yes.
I was so hurt, dude. I was like, does dad know? She's like, of course he does, honey. You know what I mean? I'm looking at a picture of my grandmother's house, and there's this guy putting her arm around my mother. I was like, oh, I've never seen that guy before.
Yeah, like, who's
that your
that?
brother?
Who's that?
That was your mom.
So then my mother looks at my grandmother and says, should we tell him? I'm like, tell me what?
See?
Is that my dad?
Well,
it wasn't really his.
Mom was married before. I'm like, she was? I'm like, does dad know?
So funny.
Does dad know?
It's got to be crazy for like what, 12?
I was so offended. I was, dude. I was so offended. I was mortified. I felt so hurt for my father. And he came before him, you know, like
just go and give him a hug. You're like, I'm so sorry.
I was like, the people doing 23andMe are also giving their DNA samples to this company that can sell them to whoever they want. So that's another reason why
I know, yeah. I thought Musk was going to buy that up or something crazy.
But I forget where all that info is now, but it's been sold and sold and sold.
Yeah.
So
it was just open. They filed for bankruptcy so anybody could buy it, essentially, if you had enough money.
Yeah.
Buy it. I'll buy all your stuff.
What's the response you get from like race related humor?
I mean, so Southwest Colorado, super white, but I think people enjoy it. I tend to get decent laughs in the crowd, especially if I talk about how like white they are. They love that. And
people want to be made fun of.
Yeah,
I believe
absolutely.
That. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of lean on that pretty heavily. Plus, I feel like it kind of gives me an up. I'm like the only person of like color up here on this stage, so I can kind of try to get away with stuff that maybe some of the other guys and gals can't necessarily get away with, just because I can make a couple black jokes.
Nobody's
specifically make
you.
it about like my family and stuff, and like, what are you gonna do? Tell me I can't make jokes about my own family? And so that is tends to be pretty well received. Sometimes it's like an awkward laugh, and which I love.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
awkward things, like more uncomfortable. Like if I'm bombing, I'm like loving it, you know. But
wait, really?
Yeah,
have you bombed bad?
I feel like I've bombed. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you do it enough times, you're going to bomb
Right.
quite a few times.
Do you acknowledge the fact that you're bombing, or you just kind of ignore it?
Case to case.
Yeah.
I feel like I now I'll acknowledge it, and then I'll like feed into it. You know, I'll be like, all right, well, I'm up here no matter what, and I'm up here, and I'm at least going to make myself laugh. So if you lean into it, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Like whatever, you're going to do it again. And so yeah, the race jokes go over well, so we're doing. I was telling you about the stand up versus improv, where we do this will tie back, the stand up versus improv. How we do stand up, then improv troupe comes through and does improv based off our stand up. But we're actually going to take that show to New York City later this month, and same thing. Initially, they asked us like do all new material, and I was like, well, a lot of my material has to do with race, and I tell that in front of just straight white people, not necessarily straight, but
all white
just
people.
Across the board, wall to wall white people. So I would love it if maybe we just scratch that rule, and I can tell some of those black jokes I've told in the past in Brooklyn, where there's going to be some actual black people that can relate, and see how it does there. So yeah, we're going to do that.
Well, tell us
it doesn't
a
have to
joke.
be new material. I can't, like sit here and tell you a joke.
Tell us a joke, clown.
Pretend you're on stage.
Tell us a joke, clown.
Make me a bicycle, clown.
Oh my god,
That was from Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, no, I knew what you were talking about.
well,
I feel like it's hard to like put
It is
people
hard.
on the
I'm
spot
not saying
to
it's
just.
hard.
So yeah, I know I'm half black and look white, but I can tell you here. Let me grab this. I can tell you right now that I have a huge, juicy, black berry cell phone. But I wrote that joke in 2009, so
When
it
people
was
had
more
Blackberries,
appropriate.
Yeah.
16 years ago when it wasn't an iPhone. So that's me bombing right there.
The BlackBerry had the keyboard
still
on
think
it,
it's
right?
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still think you're funny, Chad.
thanks.
Yeah. Do you ever make reference to the fact that you look like Pete Davidson?
Not on stage, no.
Other people
Steve
make reference. Buscemi.
Buscemi? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I've brought it up. I mean,
Other people bring
I'll
it
say
up
I look
to you.
like a love child of Steve Buscemi and Pete Davidson
You
on
kinda
stage or
do.
something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Someone told. Was I telling you guys this? Someone told me. I forget his name. Youngblood. I had to
No.
Google who it was.
He's an English guy.
you know who that
I know.
is?
He played at the
of course,
Aussie
yeah.
thing.
He did.
Someone told me that in Cape Cod last week, and I was like, okay.
Maybe
Cape Cod of all places.
No, he's
This
way
guy?
better looking
Yeah, he is better looking.
for sure. Yeah, hands down.
I don't think you look like this dude.
I
at
didn't-
all.
I didn't really
we'll
either.
Have to throw a
He's
photo
a
up
young
of him.
British guy.
I was just on the pier in P-Town, and this guy was like, you look like, right? And I was like, Steve Buscemi. He's like, no. And I was like, Pete Davidson. He's like, no, Youngblood. And he's like this 60-year-old. I was like, who?
You're like, let me
That's-
Google this guy.
The
I
guy was
Googled it, I was
60?
like, probably, yeah. Dude, he looked so Boston, and he was like, we're from Canada.
There's some similarities there.
Dude, is there? I had
What
no
do you mean
idea.
so Boston? What do you look like? What do you?
He's wearing first off an FDNY t-shirt. I know that's not Boston, but he sounded like he was from Boston. I can't do the accent.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm not even gonna try.
All right.
And he looked super Italian, and like,
You just assumed he was an East Coaster.
oh, for sure.
An East Coast local.
Yeah, it's like we're from Vancouver.
We're from
Vancouver's like
Vancouver.
Western Canada. That's nowhere near. Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
the
where
other-
he's from in
no.
Canada.
Okay. Oh, okay. There was like that's the other side of the country. But you also are kind of Pete Davidson-esque in the sense that you have tattoos.
Yeah.
Like you're in the comedy world. Like, do you think that works against her? Or do you think it helps you sometimes?
I don't know. I'm older than him, so f him.
Are you older than him?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's like 30.
Is he really? He's got to be a little
31.
Well, no, because his dad 9/11 was what 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was about your age, but anyway.
Either way, I'm older than him,
Okay.
so
I
I
said-
feel like he's ripping me off.
You are right. He's only 30. Wow, he's only 31 years old, huh? Yeah, you were the OG. He's definitely ripping off your
I'm better looking. I date hotter women. He's getting all his tattoos zapped off.
I bumped into you with a gym today, and I made the Pete. I was like, "Oh, that was Pete Davidson over there."
Yeah,
Do you love that?
yeah. I was
I
like,
said it nice and loud too, so I want to keep reacting.
People have swarm you.
You're a Planet Fitness guy. Do you do Planet Fitness out there, or you just
No, only, I've never been to one until like 5 days ago. I thought it was like whenever I see Planet Fitness things online, they have like the purple workout equipment. I thought it was like a joke. Oh, but no, it's actually all purple.
It is.
It is all purple, yeah.
No, I'd never been in one until like Thursday.
Yeah.
And then
you're just using it while you're here.
Yeah. It reminds me I have to cancel my membership.
So we're both in radio. We both started our exercise with RDL. I saw you doing RDLs because I was watching you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Romanian deadlifts.
Not in a creepy way or anything. He wasn't watching.
You're like, damn, those quads need way more RDLs.
Well, you both could.
We both have skinny legs.
You could both build.
We're both sober.
Quads a little bit. Yeah. How long have you been sober for?
7 years. 7 and change. It'll be 8 in February.
All right.
Hopefully.
So I was California sober.
Right.
When I first got sober, I was doing the cannabis.
Meaning weed, but nothing else.
I heard that's a Demi Lovato term, California sober, I guess. She put that term.
I don't think she came up with it. I don't
think she came up with it either. Yeah. I remember the first time I heard she was talking about. Anyway, so that transitioned me off drinking beer every night.
Yeah.
And then I started like popping gummies every night.
Right. But
and I was like, wow. I was like, talk about transferring
That's
problems.
when I was like, oh, this guy really has an addictive personality. Like, like it slowly ramped up to the point where like he was doing more than I was, and I've been a pothead since back in the day.
Right.
In the words of Mike Fazio, the idea of more just consumes me. But so you were Durango. What's Durango sober?
Durango sober. So that's we have a 2-week long party in Durango every year. Where it's just a celebration of winter. It's called Snowdown, and everybody kind of.
It's a huge to-do.
The whole town, the whole 20,000 person town is involved. Essentially, there's parades. Every business has something. There's T-shirts. Everybody has T-shirts. There's a board of direct. It's a whole. I mean, it's a whole thing. You can't. I remember one time I was working at a gas station. These people happened to be driving through during Snowdown, and I was working at a gas station. They popped through. They're like, what's up all the chicks downtown in slut costumes? And I was like, because it's like a 2-week long Halloween. Girls are out there in the skimpiest stuff. Dudes are out there. I mean, it's a different theme every year. It's a whole thing. So Durango sober, I like to tell people it's I stay away from alcohol and hard drugs, except I'll do a little coke during Snowdown.
You realize that's like most people would consider that a hard drug.
Oh yeah,
that's a hard drug. Like most, like that doesn't zap you back into active addiction like right away. Like
not
literally.
Yet.
Knock on wood. I'm just kidding.
No, I mean,
it's not a concern of yours.
No, I mean, if it was, I wouldn't like. You wouldn't. Yeah, it's not like it's not a habit of mine. I don't find that habit forming yet. I sure did when I drank. I feel like it was usually like the other way around. Like I get a 5-pack of beer, then I'd be, or drink 5 out of a 6-pack. Then I'd be like, oh man, I need to up this party. And then I don't know. After like 6 years of sobriety, someone like brought some up to me at Snowdown. I was like, yeah, maybe a little bit. I wouldn't advise.
Yeah,
I just know where I'm at.
But that's not your trigger. So
no,
if you had a beer, what would happen?
I don't know. I think I would just jump right back into it, but I might be able to last. I think I might be okay for like a couple days or a week or a month, maybe even like a year. Yeah, I know eventually I'd be hiding vodka shooters underneath my pillow again and drinking before I brush my teeth in the morning.
Yeah. That's how heavily you were drinking before. Because Slater was very much somebody I'd qualify as like, and I certainly don't, just in my mind, was a very functioning alcoholic.
Right.
He wasn't drinking before work. He waited until 5 o'clock to have his beers. His bills were paid. His kids were taken care of. Like it was negatively affecting his mental health and his relationships, I think. But like his life wasn't in shambles. He wasn't drinking. He wasn't hiding alcohol from people. He wasn't drinking first thing in the morning.
Yeah. I definitely, I found it harder. I found it more dangerous to not drink and drive, like because I'd have the worst detox. I was having seizures. I was like, if I started like my BAC started to get below some limit, I don't know what it was.
Oh, you'd shake, huh?
Oh, I'd shake. I'd puke out phlegm. My eyes would get all shaky, and so I'd always have to make sure I have like shooters like everywhere. Also, I was like,
for us New Englanders.
Oh, is that what you call them?
Yeah.
Airplane bottles?
Yes. You guys, I know you guys call them shooters.
Yeah, just like the little 1 ounce guys. Yeah. Oh my God. I lived off those.
Well, they're super easy to hide from people.
Yeah.
Like flavored vodka or just regular vodka?
Whatever's on sale. Whatever I could get for like 70
Fireball?
cents. No.
Root beer?
No.
Root beer?
Just so
Like root
yeah.
beer schnapps.
Yeah.
You never had Dr. McGillicuddy's root beer schnapps?
No, but now I want it.
I wish you were still drinking because I would get you that.
Yeah.
I'm very happy you're not drinking. So what was the catalyst to finally get sober? Because it sounds like you were pretty deep into it.
I wanted to for a while because it sucked, you know? Like it was just a pain in the ass.
It does. It turns into a pain in the ass.
It's just a
It
pain
does.
in
It's
the
a pain in the
ass.
ass. It's like,
It's an albatross.
time to drink. You know what I
Right.
mean? Oh, yeah, you know, you thinking about it. What time am I going to start?
Hard to manage.
I'm like,
Romantically,
yeah.
I feel like I kind of like, there's bits of me that like loved it. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I loved hiding stuff. It was like part of it. And I was dating this Jewish girl at the time. And,
Oh my
and when I
God,
sobered up,
I
I was like, this is like what it's like for Easter because we're going through the house looking for all my stashed bottles of in planners and shit. Dude, I was finding for months afterwards, but especially like that right when I got out of detox, I was like, let's go through the house and find everything.
Yeah.
It was like Easter, her
It's
first
so
Easter.
fun. I know what you mean. Like, I miss the smell of the liquor store, like the dirty smell of the liquor store. You walk in there,
Yeah.
like, you know.
Right.
I kind of miss that. I know what you mean. Yeah. You miss like the
Sneakiness or something.
Yeah.
The grubbiness.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
very grubby and dirty.
Yeah.
Dark. It's dark.
So
It's dark and dirty. I kind of miss that.
I know.
This
yeah.
is so funny because I love a bougie like wine shop. Like I don't want to go into a dirty Penny.
I want a
to
smelly package store.
I want
want
to
stale
go where they're
beer smell.
doing tastings. Maybe they have some artisanal cheeses to go with my wine. Like I'm definitely a booze bag, but I want to be a bougie booze bag. I don't want
I like pulling down the shades.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Locking the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Locking the door.
Not a word in the world.
Just a stool, a pack of butts, and beer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I would chain smoke cigarettes on each.
And then
same.
someone who's equally in that position and just talk.
Right. Yeah.
That's it, dude.
Cracking open cold ones, finishing
That's
a
right.
30 rack between two of you in
Yeah.
like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You
Oh, so
used
much
to smoke
fun.
cigarettes too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
You kidding me?
So, first off, the catalyst for me to get sober was a
Yeah.
DUI, but it was kind of like a relief. I got my DUI, like thank God.
Because you knew it was going to happen eventually. Like
Yeah.
why?
Oh,
Like
because
what do you mean? Thank God, because you were anxious about it.
it gave me like a reason to quit drinking.
Sure.
You know, because I could never find like a reason. I was like, what am I going to? Every day I was like, maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. And I did that for like a decade, and then there's just no way because it was like so dangerous. So I got a DUI. Then like the next few days, I just stayed blacked out. Then I had a friend who was like, we need you to go to detox. And I was like, no, I can do this by myself. And she's like, no, you need to go to detox. So I went to detox. I blew a 0.48. And I was coming down so hard, they sent me to ER. And ER, they gave me like a shot of Demerol or something.
Yeah. My grandmother used to take that for
Yeah,
migraines.
it was great. And that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to say that. I was like, this is amazing. This feels great. And they're like, yeah, okay. And then I got at a ER. They were like, you can leave. And I didn't know. I thought they meant like I can just walk out myself. So I pulled all my things out and I was like bleeding all over the place.
Oh,
because
God,
they had
Chad.
stuff in my arms.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, not like this second, you idiot. And then I spent a few days in detox and then dealt with all the DUI stuff. But I'm so glad I was sober for dealing with that DUI stuff. I could drive because I had an interlock. Colorado's hardcore with that.
Yeah. Very strict.
Very strict. And I don't know if I would have been able to make it through that whole experience if I was still drinking.
Yeah.
Like, or even had that mindset.
You learn more about yourself when you're sober.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You feel things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No place to hide anymore, you know?
No.
Except in a big old bowl of ice cream. You can hide there for a little while.
Yeah. Are you into sweets and stuff more? I feel like this is a common thread with people when they get sober. They have
For
some
sure.
other kind of vice.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love sweets. I don't know if I use it as a vice, but I definitely probably throw in little lip pillows and nicotine. Probably do
Yeah.
that too much.
Zinners. You're a
Zinners.
Zinner.
Oh, you're a Zin guy.
Yeah. Love them.
There's a lot of debate on whether or not they're how bad or how good they are for you. People say that
They're
the
too
nicotine
new.
is good for you.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
But then obviously like the mouth cancer part, bad.
Yeah. Well,
Again.
that's... Nicotine's a carcinogen?
There is listen, I've Googled
What's Joe Rogan's
It's too new.
Yeah,
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Listen, that's a great point.
As much as I miss the dirty party like vibe, Not enough to go back. No way. No freaking way, dude. I have way too much to lose, and I don't want that. I've done that.
Right. Yeah.
I've already
it.
done that. You know,
Glad I did it.
I want to grow spiritually and get closer to the Lord. You know.
Yeah, he found Jesus. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, I'm still.
I did
know
that. I listened to this podcast.
I'm still trying to.
Oh, that's right. That's true. Yeah.
Just try and pray and meditate every day because I think there's nothing out there to be achieved. It's all.
Yeah.
Are you a meditation, prayer, faith guy?
I mean, off and on. Dana, my girlfriend, is. So I feel like when I first sobered up, I was pretty heavily into it because I needed something to lean into. And then with Dana, she's more of a spiritual person. And I guess in between that, I kind of found my own, I don't know, something to go to. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think prayer and meditation is essentially the same thing. Yeah. I guess, at least in my world.
It's a mantra.
Yeah.
But it's a more individual thing, or are you part of like you don't go to church, right? Like you're not part of like a faith community. It's more an individual thing for you?
Individual for me personally. Yeah. I don't care how anybody else does it. Whatever works, and nobody's wrong. Yeah. But for me, it's super personal. I try to keep a contact with a higher power of some sort. Sometimes I forget I'm trying to do that, but I'm like,
yeah.
Try to jump back into it.
I'm just a firm believer of that people can't make it on their own. They just can't.
Yeah.
We need some sort of, like you said, higher power, whoever that is to you. I don't think we're meant to make it on our own as just people.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
it's too weird.
It's just by nature. I just think it's,
Well, then what's the point of like having a partner or getting married or anything like that? Right? I mean, isn't that like, isn't it your...
I don't have an answer.
That's fine. I mean, maybe there is no answer.
I feel like I'm your least interesting guest.
No,
I don't think so.
So we're gonna. I'll listen through all of them again, and then I'll listen to mine with like a clear mind and be like, oh man, how'd I do? You guys have some cool people on. I haven't listened to episode 15 or 14 yet. That looks amazing.
Which one is that?
The one we just released.
Yeah,
the gun guy.
Yeah, the gun guy. Looks like he knows a lot. He's crushing it here.
Thanks,
Ryan's
great.
Marjo, Slater.
Slater's all right.
Way to go.
I'm all right.
This rocks.
Well,
I love being here.
It was nice talking with you.
Chad Hare, everybody.